This podcast was edited and uploaded by Uncle Geeb Productions. Hey guys, welcome to the Untitled Chapter podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Geeb, and with me is host Drip Media Gaming. We record this podcast live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, or anywhere you can find a podcast. And you can check out me, Uncle Geeb, or Drip Media Gaming over on twitch.tv/dripmedia or twitch.tv/Uncle Geeb. This week's episode is going to be jam-packed with fun stuff. And forget about what I was going to say. Drip, how you doing?
I am fantastic. Second podcast of the day. We're creating lots of content today.
Yes, content.
Keep going. Just keep going. More. I
Say
wanted to shoot
things
like
in
2
3,
videos
3,
between
3.
all that. What?
I was just being stupid and saying we should say everything in threes for the whole episode, seeing as this is episode not 3 of the Untitled Chapter podcast season 2.
I was gonna say, where are you going with that? Because it's episode 2. Where are you going there?
It's episode 2. Yeah, that's what it is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna record like 2 videos between this, but I had to do stuff. I got my oil changed.
You got your oil changed? Congratulations! Was it your first time?
Bad. No, not first time.
Oh, okay,
got
cool.
the tires rotated too. So
Yeah,
I mean, like
good.
we're ready to roll. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm ready to go wherever.
Good. I'm glad you're ready to roll.
Across the country now.
I gotta check my oil. I gotta do my tire pressure. It's saying every morning I'm waking up. It's like help. I think it's supposed to be a 34 my psi, but it's at like the other morning because it was like -4. They were at like 27, which is pretty low.
Mine was low. They fixed me all up today. We're done with that.
My dash area where it tells me like my oil pressure and all that stuff. It's just
lights everywhere.
Well, right? No. It's just the one exclamation saying like get your tires.
Christmas tree.
I had my dad years ago before I even drove a car. It was when I turned 16. He got me preemptively. I didn't drive till I was 18 or 19, I think, actually. But he got me this not USB. It plugs into your cigarette lighter, whatever you call that thing. A cigarette lighter.
Yeah. To inflate your tires and stuff.
Yeah, but
it's got a light on it and all the stuff.
Awesome. Like I years I'm like I don't ever need this. My tires never go flat, especially in Philly. I mean, like it rarely gets cold enough that the PSI is going to drop a lot. Maybe a couple PSI. You can drive around that. It's fine. But over here, man, my tire pressure goes crazy low in the winters here. It's been so useful. And like it's also the peace of mind. Like if I ever like get not a flat necessarily, but if my PSI is so low that I need to do it immediately, like out somewhere, like it plugs right in. It's awesome.
It is nice, yeah. I have one, but the only reason I use it, too. I end up using it to blow up like inflatable pools and like stuff like that in the backyard. I'll just take it to the front around the side and like plug the thing in. Like, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
And then bring it back. I usually use it for that. I never even put it in my car. I don't know. I have a spare tire. I guess if something goes wrong, I'll just put the spare tire on. I don't know. It doesn't matter. All that's done. Then I had to run over to the party store because, we've got a birthday happening, and looks like it's so funny. Last year, her birthday was spider. She wanted a tarantula.
Yes, you told me about that
party.
last year. That was.
Yeah, and guess what it is this year? Guess what she wants this year?
What does she want?
Unicorns.
Hey, she's learning. She's learning herself. Okay, we're in a world now where gender roles are different.
Exploring around, it's like whatever. We're gonna try spiders.
Yeah.
That was fine. We're gonna go back to unicorns.
Next year, it could be boxing. Next year, you never know where she's gonna go.
It could literally be anything with this one. It could be anything. But I went and scoped all that stuff out, and then I could still make it back and get one video filmed before, and then I had to go down and meet this person. I sold them this desk thing on Facebook Marketplace. Then I got back here and it's like, okay, I got to do stuff to the kid's bedroom. I'm just going to do that until it's time. So I did. Got nothing recorded, but I got a whole day tomorrow. Got a whole day.
You got a whole day.
Well, most of a day. I have a daytime to do stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, the rest of the week's been great.
Good.
It's been a good week.
Good.
It's been a great week.
My week has been, I don't know, it's been a week. It's not a bad week at all. I've had some good days at work. My dog just tapped me on the elbow because he wants food. He smells my Chicago hot dogs that I'm not going to eat for another hour because we're doing a podcast. It's going to kill me. Sitting them there as I make a podcast, salivating. What was I saying? My week. It's fine. It's fine. Nothing to report. Work's been actually kind of nice. It's been, I don't know, I've been busy in a good way at work. So I just kind of like do my thing, listen to podcasts, and like, very little interaction with my boss or anybody really, which is great. Especially during the Ronas. I don't got to worry about being stressed out by people around me.
Stay away.
Dude, when I was in Philly, by the way.
Everybody's getting it now. It's
I know.
I feel like everybody who didn't get it the first time around is getting it now. Because I didn't get it the first time around. Then I got it. Yeah. Don't say that.
I so badly. No. This is why I'm not getting it. Because I refuse to get it. Like, I don't think people understand. Like, it's not like a political thing. It's not anything. I don't want it. I don't. I don't care
either.
I'm not. But what I'm saying is like that's how badly I don't want it. And I know that the symptoms are not as bad with this new variant. I get it. That's not the point. The point is I don't care if it makes me sniffle and that's it. I don't want it. I don't have any. I would rather wear a mask everywhere all the time than the risk of catching COVID. That's
problem with wearing a mask. It happened.
I know. Like I'm still not going to bars. I'm not doing anything. Not because I'm afraid or I'm a pickle footer, whatever people want to call people like me.
What?
I just don't want to get it. I just don't want it.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm glad you don't have it. I'm glad you haven't got it because it sucked. It was not fun. Julian, so you mean to tell me you got nothing done? I got nothing done. That was literally the end of our conversation earlier. I was like, dude, I'm going to get all this stuff done. I'm going to get all this done. And then I realized, damn, I gotta go do this. And I was like, damn, I left the house. I was like, no, my oil needs change. It's way overdue. I'm putting this off. I was going to do it yesterday. I was like, it's happening right now. And then everything was fucked up.
It happens.
There's nothing.
It happens, man. It happens. It's fine.
Got a full day tomorrow. A full day.
Perfect segue. Before we get into our beer of the week this week, which I'm excited for, let's just quickly talk about your day and your conversation with the man who's in the chat at the moment, I believe, Julian Melnick. Your day with Julian Melnick.
It was great. It was a really good time. I've watched his content and we've talked, here and there and stuff. But we actually got to talk, like this, like we are right now.
Right.
For the first time, we kind of got up to speed before we went on his podcast, which was awesome. It was really, really great. He does a really great job.
Yeah, man.
We could learn from him. That's for sure.
We sure could. I'm excited to pick his brain.
He's great. Great guy. Awesome dude. He literally he pretty much just steered the boat. He was just in charge of the boat and I was just there along for the ride. He made it very easy and it's very comfortable. It was a good conversation.
Yeah.
We pretty much talked about we were supposed to talk about leaks a lot more than we did, which we did get into leaks eventually.
Yeah. But, the conversation you guys had as a viewer, I was watching that. I was there live. I'm not saying this because like I'm trying to be any sort of influence in one way. I'm just telling you right now, as a viewer, I enjoyed that conversation so much so that I think I even said to you, Drip, I was like, I hope our podcasts sound like that to other people. Like that. I was like, that was great. And I only hope that we sound as good as you guys did on our podcast right here. That was an excellent conversation between the two of you, especially seeing as you guys just met each other for the first time 45 minutes prior, and you were just like talking in Discord for the first time. Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful. And just real quick, I'll give him, guys, he wants to stream on Twitch, so just give him some love in the Twitch chat and just go ahead and click his name and follow him. I'm assuming that's the account he wants to stream on, but just go ahead and give him some love. And we'll throw some links on his YouTube. He's got an awesome YouTube channel. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah. For sure.
Moving on to the beer of the week. I just want to say off the bat here, your text earlier at 12:30 for me, 1:30 for you, was perfect timing because I had totally slipped my mind today that you were gonna remind me to get a beer of the week, and it totally slipped my mind to get a beer. So that was perfect timing. I went and got the beer. Actually, funny story. I went home and I was like, "No, I literally forgot." Even though you reminded me, and I went back. I'm like, no.
Remember yesterday we had I did a who, I don't want to say her name because she's gonna hear me, but I made her tell me at 12:30 today to remind you.
Yes,
she sure did. She did a great job.
And then you reminded me, and then I forgot. But then I went back out immediately. I didn't get into the house. I just drove.
Just turned around
basically. Yeah. So I got the beer, and I'm excited to say the next. I think I have like 5 in a row lined up already.
Nice.
So like I think I'm good for a while. This I'll tell you right now, if you guys like tonight's beer, as far as like you're gonna love the next few beers because this one is the least interesting as far as the name is concerned. Because you guys aren't tasting the beers. What you guys get the most entertainment is the exposure of hearing what it is, trying it yourself at home, but also the funny names and stuff, the cans. This is the least interesting one. I think this might be the best tasting one though. So I'll let you go first though.
Didn't even get it out.
You gotta get it out, man.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, holding.
Okay, so this one, this is literally as local as you can get. This was made, brewed, canned 5 minutes for me. I went to this place on Tuesday, ended up playing some bingo. They had 4 sours on their menu, and I knew one of them was coming home with me. I just didn't know which one.
Okay.
I got the little flight, the 6 ounces of each 4 to try. And the one that ended up coming home with me. Oh, this one, I put my thing down, flipped it, and reversed it, and listened to Missy Elliott.
Oh, I wish I had the copyrights for that song. We'll just sing it.
Yeah.
And reverse it. So, funny story, real fast before you get to your beer. On the way drive home from Philly to Chicago, Abby and I were listening to some music on that 12-hour drive, and she was playing some like weird shit from her like library, and it got to some points with some Missy. What? I'll ask her later, but like we got into some weird some music, and like I was singing that song today. I can't even do it. Like.
Yeah. I mean, I can't either. But so it's actually a raspberry lime sour.
Ooh.
A raspberry lime sour, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Jesus Lord, I want that raspberry lime sour.
Yeah, it's
oh my god,
phenomenal, dude. It is so good. I mean, you know how I am, dude. The sours have taken over my life. Oh, another cool thing. Listen, next week for the beer of the week, because I've been talking about this for a while. Next week is the Matt Moran brew blue raspberry sour.
Oh man, nice. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait for that. That's awesome. I wish I could try it.
Oh man,
what do you got?
Dude, it's so good. I mean, just imagine when it hits your mouth, it's straight up. I mean, when's the last time you just grabbed a raspberry and put it in your mouth?
I mean, not frequently.
Okay, but you would be taken back to the last time you have done that as soon as you take a drink of this. It tastes exactly like a fresh raspberry, and then it's a pretty basic flavor. Like I'm getting a lot of those Dewclaw Brewing sours, and they're really complex flavors. This one, it's literally raspberry coming in. You get that sour and the lime going out. I mean, it's literally that simple, dude. And it's fantastic. Man.
I want to try.
Easy drinking.
I need to go to my beer shop that I have. They got lots of selection. I need to go to my shop and find that.
You will not find this.
Oh, they don't.
I'm gonna have to buy this and like send it to you. It's only there.
Oh my god,
it's only at this place.
I want to try that so bad.
But it's 5.4% alcohol. I don't know. They might.
Can they sponsor this podcast and just to send me a beer and we will talk such good shit about it?
I mean, I plan on going back there sometime very soon. So maybe I'll have a couple beers and get brave and go talk to somebody.
The sponsored beer of the week. Can you imagine? That'd be
great.
We would live in life. And also, I want to point out one more time Julian Melnick in the chat because he mentioned something that is going to be a segue before my beer. He said he doesn't drink. I'm going to paraphrase. He doesn't drink, but he bring the kombucha game, or I think is what he said. So he's going to talk about some kombucha. So that reminds me of the listener beer of the week that we're going to do, and not many people do it. So I'm reminding everyone right now that go to the at Drip Geeb on Twitter, the Drip Geeb podcast on Twitter, and just submit your beer of the week by using hashtag beer of the week and adding our podcast on Twitter.
Do it.
And it doesn't have to be, I know it's beer of the week, but I want to stress that it's really a beverage of the week. And I've always wanted to intended to be that way because I don't just drink beer either. And it doesn't necessarily have to be alcohol.
It doesn't,
especially because
it could be a great smoothie.
We don't want to take the people who are dry or dry, people who are underage. Like, we don't want to take you out of the equation. We don't want you underage people, especially. We don't want you drinking until you're 21. That's
definitely
the legal law.
Yeah, beer of the week is a broad term.
Is a broad term. So your favorite beverage, like he just said, smoothie, kombucha, whatever you guys got, send it to us. We will feature it. And this week, we have a featured beer of the week, not the Philly Pucker. We've talked about that already.
We did.
The Christmas, is that which one did we not talk about yet?
This is the one, yeah.
This one, okay.
Oh, the Great Lakes. Dude, is that Cleveland? Right?
I don't know.
Great Lakes Breweries, Cleveland.
I
That's
don't
Cleveland.
know. I don't know. But I will go ahead. So Parallax Puddle's my brother, of course, my lovely brother.
It's Cleveland. I know it's Cleveland.
He has, go ahead and drop the beer of the week for this week. It was a while ago from December 4th, Parallax. I'm just getting to it now, my bizzle. But here we go. This smooth feeling ale has all the flavor of a good evening fire mixed with the spice of year's first snow. Crack a can, put on a coat, and have a happy holiday with this perfectly hopped blend. The Great Lakes Brewing Company Christmas Ale, ale with spices and honey.
Did Parallax Puddles write that?
He sure fucking did. And I'm
wow.
We just, listen, I read that amazingly. Let's just pat myself in the back. That was a great read. But what a better write that was. Dude, that's exactly what, guys, this is what I want you to do. I want you to, because obviously, those of you guys can't taste, that did not help at all. Not at all, that didn't help. You guys can't taste these. You guys can't taste these beers. You can only see them, and so I want you guys to or beverage, mixed drink, whatever it is, write it like he just did. Doesn't have to be as good. You can't always be as good as my brother, but
that was fantastic.
Write a nice description like that, as good as you can, just so we get an idea of how it tastes, what it's like, and I will do exactly what I just did and feature this one. Did I have it up long enough? There it is again. The can looks pretty cool. It's got the vibe of like a snowy day in December.
It's got some Christmas bulbs there. That's
like
nice.
Brick housed
in the back of a giant Christmas bulbs in the back of a train.
Houses that are like warmed by wood on a fire in a fireplace. Nice hills.
Houses that are on fire.
Houses that are on fire. Hills in the back that are.
Also on fire.
That are also on fire. The can
Audio
is on
are
fire.
Very confused right now.
No, this is a lovely thing. It's currently pinned. It's a pinned tweet by the Drippin' Geeb podcast at Twitter, at Drippin' Geeb on Twitter. So go ahead and check that out and submit your own, please and thank you. And now, drum roll please, for my beer of the week. I haven't even read this yet. I just thought it was cool. La Grau. Here's the can. Let me go and read it first. Organic Beer Company. La Grau Organic Beer Company, Chicago, Illinois. Organic Citra Blonde Ale. It's USDA organic. 5.1%. What was your percent, by the way?
5.4.
Okay, so they wrote some nice stuff. Refined, refreshing, uncompromised. Family owned by the LaGrau brothers, we brew only the purest USDA certified organic ingredients for a taste that is honest. Bola?
Sure. I'll allow it.
I was going great until that word. I don't know what that word is. There's a scratch in the can. I wonder if the letter got messed up. It looks like Bola. I don't know. And uncompromised, whatever. And there's a government warning. I should always read the government warning. According to the Surgeon General,
dude, the LaGrau brothers.
The LaGrau
brothers.
But what got me was like...
Those are the guys who used to pick on me on the playground. I remember them.
What got me was the Citra, citrus, I imagine, blonde ale. I don't know. That got me in the store. And the can's orange. Yeah, I'm expecting orange.
It's a blonde ale, but the citrus, I don't know why. As soon as I hear anything citrus that's a beer, it just takes me straight to Blue Moon, even though it's a wheat beer. So it's totally, I don't know. Might be similar, somewhat.
So I'm getting a lot, not an IPA. I'm getting some hops.
IPA, you mean like a foot?
It's not an IPA. It's not a foot. It's a blonde ale.
Okay.
I'm trying to get orange. I don't really get much citrus. I'm also I don't know. I got a little bit of congestion. I've had it for like 2 weeks.
Oh,
so
wait, you can't smell? You can't smell? A little congestion?
I can smell your breath stank. That's how I know.
Oh. He got me.
I got you. Yeah, so here we go. Give it a sniff. Okay. A little spicy at the end. Spicy?
Like actual spicy?
Yeah. Let me get another sip here.
I always find that interesting when beers can make it like when they make things spicy in an alcoholic drink. I always find that
Yeah.
like we actually talked about that earlier. That was brought up earlier. Um, I think that's very interesting when you take a drink of something, that's supposed to get you drunk, but it's spicy. It's like that's
Yeah. So
but
interesting. I get no citrus from this. Maybe like
okay,
when you eat an orange slice and you've already swallowed, maybe even take a sip of water, but like there's
yeah,
still a
yeah, yeah,
little bit.
yeah. That
I
little bit
don't
of the yeah,
no sweet, nothing sweet about this, but that's the citrus I get, like the citrus left on your tongue after a
like a
couple
slight
minutes.
tang.
Yeah. It's spicy. It could be the citrus tang. I don't know, but it feels like spicy. The finish on the back of my tongue, it's like poking me a little bit in a pleasant way. Maybe my tongue is gonna blow up and I'm gonna like scratch it. I don't know.
I'm being poked in a pleasant way.
I am having an
That's
allergic reaction. Take me to the hospital.
yeah.
I don't know. It's got the sensation of having to go to the hospital because your tongue's blowing up. I don't know. It's actually good though. If I order this, I'm sure this is way better on tap. If I put this in a glass right now and like get a nice little head on it, and dude, this would be like if I ordered it, this would be like I'm ordering
like
this.
A put in the glass. Yeah.
This
put
is
it
like
in the glass type of beer.
This is like get a beer get a burger and drink this would be fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I had a burger with this the other night. Still fantastic.
I'm sure that
doesn't go together at all. Actually, the burger I had there, it's called what was it? What's the name of the place? I think it had something to do with the name of the place. I don't remember. Whatever it was supposed to be like it had like a ton of blue cheese on it.
Yeah.
Just blue cheese crumbles and it was fantastic. I haven't been to that place in forever. But I totally forgot they made their own beers. And they rotate them out all the time. Like all the time. So I'll be getting more from there. Like I said, next week I'll have the home brew. We were supposed to bottle it today, but I was like, dude, it's not happening. I got 45 podcasts to do today, so we're not bottling. We've been trying to bottle this beer all week, and it just still hasn't happened.
Yeah,
we're gonna do it though. It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
and it only needs a week. So if we get it bottled tomorrow, we let it sit, let it do its thing, then we're good.
Yeah. So, real quick, Satisfy sent you a little something, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Do you have it with you?
It's right here. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see it.
It looks just like the old one. But it's the new one.
But it's white on the front. And we're talking about the Satisfy Zen Grip Pro.
Yes, the one for the OLED.
The one for the
OLED.
It
is white. You know what? I just realized that. You're right. The one for the old Switch was black. The one for the Switch Lite is white.
And I like that one a lot. And I'm really happy that they have a white one now.
I just now realized why you're like, I want it because it's white. I'm like, dude, you have one. What are you talking about? That's why.
Lite. It's too small.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now we got another thing to talk about. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Geeb now has an OLED. It's on the way to him right now.
So let me
finally got an OLED.
Let me take the floor here. I'm going to take the floor.
Go ahead. I'm going to put this thing in this
full screen
so we can actually.
Big shout out to Coca Baby in our community, Drip's community, my community, and probably future Julian's community as well. Like, yo, Coca Baby, thank you so much. Because here's what Coca Baby did, guys. Coca Baby got a Switch OLED, full, like with box, everything. Everything included, basically new is what I'm assuming. I mean, at worst, it's a few months old, used. And he's like, look, I got this off a guy for $250. Whole Switch OLED, whole thing, $250. I'm going to sell it to you for the exact same price that I bought it for. That inexpensive, $250. And I was like, how can I possibly pass up this opportunity? I mean, I'm getting a big gift card from work. So like I already got some free money in my pocket from work for like I call it a Christmas bonus if you want. I don't know. But dude, Coca Baby coming up clutch. You're back on camera. Coca Baby coming up comes for money. Coming up clutch.
Good. I'm just trying to clean the screen.
Yeah. With the Switch OLED. I'm getting a Switch OLED for an amazing price thanks to an amazing subscriber and listener of Drip Geeb Podcast, Coca Baby.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Thank you so much, dude. It's on the way. He already shipped it.
But I mean, I don't know. Here it is. Here's what it looks like.
I don't plan on using it with the white Joy-Cons.
I know. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to. Well, actually, it doesn't match. Just for I'm not going to talk about. I'm doing a video on this. I'm not going to talk in depth about any of it.
Oh, okay. Save your own stuff then.
I can see how it works. How it does both the regular Switch and this Switch.
Yeah.
I mean, I see how it works. I'm gonna talk about that in the video a little bit more. I'm saving that part,
If
but
you
I will
say
say this
if
for
you say
anybody.
something that you don't say here, or if you say something here that you don't say there, you can say, "Hey guys, go listen to the podcast. I got one more little opinion about it." Just saying.
Okay. Well,
Give us
maybe
one
this will be
nugget.
it. No, I
One
have to say
nugget.
this,
One
but
nugget.
just for those who are wondering, the whites do not match. They are pretty far off, actually.
I can
You can tell
tell.
even on camera right here. They
Oh,
are
for sure.
they are quite far off. So
That's
anybody who's worried about that,
that's a no for me. They should not have
I
done
know a
that.
lot of people get really upset with that, and
But-
they're not going to change it because this is the same white as the other one.
Yeah.
I will say this, which for early adopters, it's a problem, but for people who are buying it now, they fixed it. They changed the white of the Skull and Co stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like these are the new ones. It's it's literally
Exactly the same.
they are the identical white. Yeah.
So I'll be interested once I get my hands on the OLED with the white Joy-Cons coming. I will use my Skull and Co ones. I assume Bagoof has the old version. I don't know of the white.
Yeah, they won't match.
I bought it.
It'll be the
Actually,
old
no. I
version.
bought it myself recently. He didn't send me the white grips. I bought the white grips myself maybe a month ago. So I wonder if those.
Yeah. So the weird thing is, I have the Neo grip. That's the old white, the original white, and the white ones that came with that don't match. And then I got the grip case that came with the new color white ones. That's how I noticed it, because I grabbed 2 out of the box and I keep them all in. I was like, these are not the same color. What's going on here? I was like, hold on, what's going on? And then I realized, like, oh, they changed the color. But that's cool that they did that. But I mean, that's only good for people buying it now, not people who already bought it. Anyway, yeah, this thing's cool. It was a surprise. I mean, I knew they were sending it, but I hadn't heard anything. Never got a tracking number. Never really heard anything about it. It just showed up the other day. And I was really, really interested to see how they were going to manage making it fit both without having any adjustability. And now that I see it, I get it. I understand it. I'm going to talk about it in the video. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's very interesting how they do it.
Yeah, I'm really interested to hear your video. I'm sure that'll be coming here in a few days. I'm sure. A week.
Yeah, it'll be next week sometime.
Yeah. So
I want to get it out fast while it's relevant. But
by the time you're listening to us, it's probably already out, or if not, it's a few days away.
Oh yeah, we're getting real close. If you're listening to this in audio version, yeah, we're getting real close.
Yeah. So yeah. By the way, you're sending that to me, right?
Yes. Once I'm done with it, I'll send it to you. Yes.
I don't. You're a Skull and Co guy.
I mean, listen. I like Satisfy stuff. I think it's great. Like, I'm not going to sit here and talk shit on it at all.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I just like Skull and Co stuff better.
And I feel the exact same way, but reverse it. The exact same way. I like Skull and Co stuff, but I prefer Satisfy.
Are you telling me you're putting your thing down, flipping it, and reversing it right now? Is that what you're doing?
I can't do that
right now.
Yes, I sure am. I wish I could sing that better, but I can't, and I shan't. That's my favorite thing to say tonight. Speaking of my favorite thing to say tonight, what's next? The Switch 2022. Is it still worth it? Is it still worth it, Drip? Did you make a video or something about this?
I did, yeah. I mean, that's kind of. Are we going to talk about the other thing?
What's the other thing? I must be missing something.
The fix for the Joy-Cons.
Yes, the Neo console. What is it called?
It's the Aya Neo.
Aya Neo.
I have notes.
Yeah, I totally. I saw Neo and I thought it was the Skull and Co. Neo. I was like, I skipped it.
So guess what, guys? Geeb has no idea about any of this. I'm the one with all the information. It's right here.
I know nothing. He knows everything. That's how it usually works here.
Okay, here we go. It's the Aya Neo Next. Okay.
Okay.
So that's the name of this thing.
Thank you.
And it's got what?
Thank you. Next.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
It's our
Thank you.
Ariana Grande. No. Okay.
Anyway. So they seem to have solved the drift problem in sticks. So the big problem.
You're telling me that they
have solved Joycon Drift.
I was trying to do something funny. Hold on.
That was a good try, but it didn't work. Whatever.
It's gonna work. It's gonna work. Hold on.
Oh God, what are you doing?
Wait, don't talk. Wait a second. You mean to tell me that they fixed stick drift? You didn't get to hear that, but I do.
I'm telling you that they may have found a way to fix Joy-Con Drift. Well, they didn't find a way. but they've started using something that is theoretically making drift not a thing. It doesn't. I mean, the point. Okay, a lot of the drift that happens in these sticks is from pressure and things touching each other and things moving in places they're not supposed to go. Now, a
Right.
lot of people say it's from like the stuff wearing down. That's not all of it. That's only part of it. When the
Right.
stuff wears down in there, you get the dust. It fucks with the shit in there. It's reading things it's not supposed to read. That's part of it. But you know, the guy who did the video, who put the paper, the cardboard behind him, has found that
Yes.
it's also the pressure pushing on them, and that metal backing that's on the back of the sticks just you lose. You know, it goes down. It
Yeah.
can't touch what it's supposed to touch, so it messes everything up.
I want to say real quick, like if you guys aren't familiar with what a regular Joy-Con stick looks like, and not just Joy-Con, you look up any joystick these days, they have a similar-ish design. They're basically like cube boxes, like small cube boxes that fit within the area of your stick. And
Now, they're the Switch and everything else. The Switch is its own thing. Everything else is different.
yeah, well,
That's why the Switch has so many problems. But yeah, go ahead.
Generally what they look like, and that's a good point, actually. Thanks for bringing it up. But generally what
Yeah.
they look like is a cube, a thicker cube, and it's like plastic and metal moving parts inside, like a literal. It's not like when you turn it in a circle that inside the stick is moving in a circle. When you turn it in a circle,
Yeah,
on the
certain things are
outside,
moving certain ways.
yeah,
and
certain things are moving in certain ways. Like it looks like Tinker Toys. It's all like in gear. It's not really gears, but if you can imagine just some like Tinker Toys and gears, that's kind of the basic way of what the stick looks like. It's happening on the inside. It's not
and
moving
a lot of it,
the way
a
that
lot
you
of
think.
it too. You have to remember this too. A lot of those things that are happening aren't happening on the bottom; they're happening on the sides.
Right. It's
So
kind of
you're
like
not
two
putting
little.
direct pressure down on these things where it's supposed to. That's a lot of the problem
Yeah.
with the Joy-Cons is
Yeah.
because they have to be so thin. And that's kind of the question I have about this stuff too. We'll get to that. But that's where you run into the problem. Especially younger kids pushing on these things. Like just that,
Yep.
I mean, that's what happens. That's what happens. It is what it is. You can't really avoid it. So this new the Ioneo Next, Ioneo has put out one of these things already. It's a handheld PC thing. You know, they're coming out everywhere now.
Yeah.
The new one they're about to put out, it costs $1,345. So there's that.
Wait. Did I'm totally not stalling. You say that again?
$1,345.
That was perfect timing. Really? Are you serious right now?
Yeah. Are you using a sound effect? Is that
Yes.
what's going on?
Yeah.
Amazing. Can't wait to hear that. Yeah, it's very expensive. But so it's got these sticks, and it's not just the sticks, it's actually the analog triggers too.
Uh-huh.
But the analog sticks and the triggers have what's called a Hall effect sensor. Okay.
Okay.
So essentially, it gets rid of all the problems of everything you would have with things touching each other and wearing out because it uses magnets. So nothing is actually touching anything.
That's fascinating. That gets my interest intrigued. I'm very intrigued by
Your
that
interest is
technology.
intrigued.
My interest is intrigued. I'm really
glad
good at
it
words,
is.
everybody. Welcome to the Drip G podcast.
I
Great.
have a lot more information on this, and I think you're going to even be more interested in.
Let's go.
So yeah, so this is the first time it's been used in a handheld device. So it hasn't been used in anything like a PSP or anything like that. This is not new technology, not even close.
Okay.
Which surprised me a ton. And by the way, I'm getting all this information from Nintendo Life. If you want to check it out, they have a video. We'll link the video.
I will do that
in the audio version of this or something. So the Atari iRobot Arcade used this same exact technology. Do you want to take a guess on what year the Atari iRobot Arcade came out?
1987.
Holy shit, you were close.
I am really good at that.
1984, but I'll give it to you. Yeah, in the 80s.
There was something else I did the other day where I had no business of knowing it.
God, I thought you were gonna say it. I was like,
listen. It was earlier this week. I had no business of getting this answer right, and Abby asked me something, and I nailed the answer. And I'm like, I don't know why I'm good at this kind of thing, but I am. I can just bullshit. I'm really good at bullshitting. Thank you to state testing when I grew up. Appreciate it. Anywho,
so It was also used in a Sega Saturn controller, the 3D controller in
Sega Saturn
'96.
96. Okay.
So this has been used. It's not new.
Okay.
It's not new. Uh, so I mean, I guess these people are the first person to use it in a handheld. So the big question, obviously, is right now: um, should Nintendo be looking into this? I clearly think the answer is yes.
Yes. Now,
Okay,
do we
but
know how, like, are they going to be able to fit in a Joy-Con?
that's where I'm going with this. If you look at this thing, it's a thick boy. Like it's not a Joy-Con. It's not even close. It's probably double a
I
Joy-Con.
mean, a normal
So I
stick
don't.
is like double a Joy-Con, like a normal weird
Yeah,
Tinker
yeah.
Toy stick. So, I mean, that
It's
makes
big. Yeah,
sense.
and I don't know. That's the thing. I would love to see a teardown and see what the whole little module looks like. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, actually, I just had this thought. I mean, think about it, right? If it's magnets, then but it needs space to operate. It's not
It
making
needs some
physical
distance, yeah,
contact,
but
so
I mean,
it'll need distance. So that's whatever distance it needs. That's just even more thickness. That's going to cause a problem for a Joy-Con that's the size of like a quarter. I don't. It's
yeah. Think about. Yeah, I mean, you've opened a Joy-Con. You know
yeah.
what it looks like in there.
It's not like how when you think about the Joy-Con, we have to think about it as terms not this way, not flat, but like on its side. Like that. That's
Yeah.
the thickness when you're need to. That's what matters. That it's really thin. A Joy-Con
Oh, it's
is
very thin.
really thin. So any little extra space this thing's going to need is a problem for a Joy-Con.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like you open it up, the thing that's in there right now is front to back, pretty much.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, besides the battery, right? Yeah, besides the battery,
Yes. The Joy-Con is touching
that's
the
all the
front
room.
and the
And they
back.
are literally. I mean, it's smashed in there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's. I mean, clearly that's probably the biggest concern. But then taking it a step further, I'm sure there's some R&D that can be done to make this into a small, you know what I mean? I'm sure there's
Yeah.
some way to take this technology
Gotta be.
and move it into something that would fit in a small area like that. Like that would be very cool. Now, here's the last question I have on this and we'll move on. Let me ask you this. Is this something Nintendo can even do right now? With all the class action lawsuits going on, because if they change it now, they're admitting guilt. They're
Mm,
admitting guilt if they change
yes.
this.
But no. And let me tell you why. If they do another version of it, like it's Gen 2, if they
It's
make
got yeah.
they might even have to remove the Switch name if that's even possible. I mean, the Switch name is too perfect to get rid of. I
Yeah,
can
I
see
don't
the
think we
Switch
get
name.
rid of the Switch
We could have
name,
the we potentially got the Switch name for like 20, 30 years because the switching
depending, yeah.
if they keep the switching aspect, that name could stick for a very long time.
Yeah.
But they could get
And
away
I
with
mean,
it if they have a new version of the Switch.
I think you're
that,
right. If they just say this is like
yeah. Well, that
the
was our old
V2, whatever. Yeah, that's the old version.
product. This is a new
change it.
product.
We didn't change it because it was broke. We changed it because it needed to fix uh our new thing.
Yeah.
Alex brings up a good point in the chat. Last time they kept a name, it flopped. Well, very true.
Very true.
But it's because everybody thought it was they thought the Wii U was just a new part of, they thought the tab was a new part for the Wii. That was marketing. They could say, this is the Switch 2. It's the new Switch. It's more powerful. It's got new Joy-Cons that aren't changed because of drift, but these don't drift. That is cool. But we didn't change it because of that at all. That definitely wasn't the reason.
Quick side
But they
note.
don't drift.
Yeah, quick side note. How different would Nintendo be in this moment? Would they be even more successful if they just would have made the Wii U gamepad compatible with a normal Wii and gave the normal Wii an upgrade in software to match the Wii tab? I just wonder.
It was marketing. If they would have, Kyle Larson got second in the Chili Bowl. Sorry.
Oh, stop it.
Okay. Sorry. It was the marketing. That was the problem. If they would have marketed this thing and made it clear, nobody knew. I didn't know. I had no idea. I'm like, I don't know what that is. Is that something I need? I had to really look into it to be like, what is this? What is this thing that I'm seeing from Nintendo? Like, what is this? Because that's kind of when I was like, after the Wii, I was like, oh, all right, we're good. And now I kind of came back around, but I'm like, well, I have a Wii. Can I just get that? No, okay, I can't. I see what it is now. But I mean, a lot of people wouldn't even look into that. They're just confused. They're like, no, I don't. It was a marketing issue. But
yeah,
Yeah, I think you're right. They have to change. Something's got to be a big difference for them to be like, "Ooh, look at this new Joy-Con," because it's got to be new. I don't think they can put it in like a Joy-Con like we have now
Right.
without completely screwing themselves on this whole class action lawsuit stuff.
If I was a prepared man, I have plenty of sticks just sitting right next to me in my desk. I could pull them out right now, and I would show you guys how thin. I mean, if you don't know how thin those Joy-Cons, stick parts actually are. So it's
I
interesting to
have a
see
bunch
where,
here somewhere.
if they can get that technology, to that size where it could fit in a Joy-Con, or maybe here's an idea, Nintendo, probably the best idea you've ever had. You're welcome. You take it for free. Just give us a fucking grip on a Joy-Con. They don't need to be a card size thin. Give us a
They
little
do not.
bulge. Give us a
I would love
bulge.
that. I would love that. With something to hang on to on the back, I'd love
Actually,
that.
if you think about it, at least on the left one, that's not that what my idea is not really possible because the bulge would be underneath the stick. The right one would work out fine for your right stick. Your left stick, the stick is up high. So that
Yeah, that's
actually
right.
that actually wouldn't work. But again, it's an
Okay,
idea.
but if it had a bulge, you could start it at the top and taper it down wider as you go down.
Yeah,
It
but
would still be
down is
enough.
where you want. You
If
want
you
the
just had a little bit more here, just a little bit. I mean, God, you probably don't need that much. I don't know. Who
yeah.
knows? Um, it's an interesting thing, though. It's very interesting. The fact that it's in a handheld now and in the news the way it is, it's almost like, hey, Nintendo, it's seriously like at this point, like it's right there. Like, somebody else did it. You're gonna you're gonna have to address this eventually. You can't let it go forever.
Yeah, no, they can. They will. We'll get
You're right.
the sticks in the future are gonna also be just bad Joy-Con sticks, and gonna have drift forever and ever.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past him, but that's fine.
Drift may not be existing forever and ever, but is the Switch valid in 2022? That is the question of the day.
I mean, it is the question, but we know the answer. The answer is
Yeah,
obviously yes.
yeah. I just bought
100%, maybe more now than ever.
I just bought my fourth Switch total, right?
That's insane. I mean, I know me, but
I don't have a YouTube channel that I do this like for a living. Like
you
I
buying
just
4 Switches is
fucking
like, that's crazy.
within a 2-year span, to be completely clear. But I mean, I got
Still,
Switch Lite. The OG Switch Lite was my first Switch because I bought my first Switch during the height of the pandemic, which they were not
you
available.
got a good deal on that, right?
No, I bought it at retail. That one I bought at retail.
Okay, that
the
one you
Switch
got.
Lite,
Yeah, the other
the
one.
Switch Lite was
Yeah, the other
retail.
one.
I found it at Walmart. The next Switch, the OG V1 Switch, used, or actually it was refurbished, GameStop refurbished. Got that for $420 in 2020.
I mean,
That's not good.
That's what they were going for at the point.
It was a good deal. That was a good deal at that time.
Yeah.
Then yeah, not
Nuts,
anymore.
man. It's like the Wild West. Anarchy.
I got my Red
Crazy.
Mario Switch recently. Love it. And now I got the OLED coming. Yes, Megaboyd, earlier you asked if I got one. Yes, Coca Baby got me one. And I paid him for it.
Yes.
Good deal.
Geeb is now a proud owner of an OLED Switch.
Not quite. It's in the mail. Hopefully it could get smashed
now
by
you
a
can
car.
stop acting like the screen isn't 1,000 times better.
I've seen one in person, but I will know even more when it comes here
Yeah,
soon.
it's when you have it yourself. Like I know when you just.
Anyway, that's not what we're talking
the
about.
thing too.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
all my other ones are gone because I've
Yeah.
just. This is the one
I will
need.
be able to compare, for a while here.
Yeah.
I can sit here and maybe I'll make a video about it.
There you go.
I have a YouTube channel. I don't do anything. I should. I can.
Yeah, you
I
should.
make excuses for the computer. In all reality, I could do it. I would just need to make sure my A roll, I should say, is like no longer than 20 minutes. Then my software should be able to handle it.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Switch in 2022, yes, it's worth it, man. Where do you just
start?
I don't know. Well, you made a video today, or released it today or yesterday, whatever. So
Yesterday, yeah. Okay. I think the biggest point that I made in the video, I mean, actually, Julie and I talked about this earlier too.
Yes, you did. Go ahead.
Okay, why stop yourself? Like anytime anybody has a question about getting a Switch, like should I buy a Switch now or should I wait? He brought up a good point earlier. Like video games aren't like cell phones. It's not an every year thing. 3 to 5 years. sometimes longer. Like you're good. If you get one, you're going to be good. The OLED just came out. Like you're fine. And even if a new one comes out, this is still relevant technology when that new one comes out. It's still going to be fine. Just like the old one's still fine now if you have that. It's fine.
Yes.
So I mean, worrying about it in that manner is just, people got to get that out of their heads. And again, brought up earlier, it's because of the way tech is. It's just new every year. New iPhone, new iPhone, new iPhone. It's got to have a new phone. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yep.
And you and I have talked about this, which I think is also a very good point. We've come to the point, and this doesn't have anything to do with the Switch, but we've come to the point in cell phones and technology where maybe 3-4 years ago, maybe a little longer back than that, it was giant upgrades from iPhone 6 to iPhone 7.
Here
you know what
is
I mean?
here's an iPhone. Here's an iPhone 4. Here is an iPhone 11 Pro Max. Blah 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 blah
Yeah,
blah.
I'm just saying, like we're at the point now where
But that's literally that's how it used to. There's a lot of young people in our audience. That's how it used to be, guys. Like especially in the early days, they were
night and day.
Night and day, not just in size. It's funny,
but the technology was so far advanced just from like a 6 to a 7. That's not the way it is anymore.
No.
It is tiny increments now.
No. You can hold on to an iPhone for 4 years and you'd be good. You'd be solid.
Yeah, completely.
People do it.
I still have an iPhone 11, and this is the first time where I'm like, I have no reason to upgrade. I'm totally good with this.
I had a Pixel 4.
What are you offering me on that phone that's so much better
Yep.
that I can't do on this one? Like usually I'm that guy, like got to have a new phone. I want the new tech. But I'm like, I look at the new tech and I'm like, not really that much of a difference. I mean, again, kind of outside the point of what we're talking about with the Switch, but new iPhone is great. I'm sure it is great. I'm sure it's awesome.
It doesn't mean that it's not great. We're not talking about that it's not the new old phones, whatever.
It's fine. But I mean, unless it has a specific feature at this point where you're like, oh, that's the feature that I've been waiting for. That's what I want. It's like, you're going to be good.
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter that much anymore. But it's kind of the same. Like these things the Switch from the first one to the newest one as of right now, and probably the next one too, they play all the same games. The new one's probably going to play all the same games, maybe differently. But as of right now, like any Switch you pick up, literally they all play the games exactly the same. So, I mean, any way you can get a Switch right now, if you get a used one, yes, hell yeah, it's worth it. I mean, that's just the console itself. The library at this point is just, it is crazy. I remember the first year of the Switch early. It was like, that was kind of like the thing, like, ooh, I don't know, the libraries, like, ooh, like I just saw a lot of people talking about the library and how it was like, yeah, I don't know. But at this point, there's absolutely no way you can deny the size of this library. There's something for everybody, and there's hundreds of those options of whatever that is you like. There's so much. Well, maybe not first-person shooters, but there's still a bunch of those now too. I mean, there's no Call of Duty, but they're on there.
And that do make up great points of why it's still valid in 2022. The library. Forget about the hardware. The library. It's. I know some new games coming out that Switch doesn't get, or if it gets it at lower everything because of performance-wise. But besides that, Nintendo's library is still solid. Like alone, if you're waiting for, if you don't have a Switch, or even if you do have a Switch, but you have a Switch Lite and you want to experience it on TV, right? If you're waiting for the Switch Pro, and you saw the OLED and said it's still not good enough and it's more expensive, so no, you're missing out on the forget about everything else. The library. What do you do? Yeah. You can play Breath of the Wild handheld, sure, if you have a Switch Lite, but dude, play it on the TV. It looks great.
Well, and that is one of the games that really does.
Fantastic.
I think it looks way better on the TV than it does in handheld, but that's not the point. Not only is the library huge, you have some of the best versions of these, like these Nintendo properties, like Mario, Mario Odyssey. It's the best Mario there's ever been.
Absolutely.
Breath of the Wild, maybe not everybody's favorite because it's a lot different, but that's a groundbreaking game. Like it's amazing what they've done with that game, with the physics engine, the open world, the way that everything interacts with. It's amazing. It's just an amazing experience.
Yeah.
You can only get it on the Switch. I mean, yeah, there's other games out there like
And
it.
and the Wii U.
Oh, and the Wii U. You can get it on the Wii U.
And
But I mean, my point is, I said this earlier too. Nintendo just knows how to put the charm on their games.
they
Like
sure
I
do.
said, I'm gonna repeat myself again, but like, there's no story in any Mario game, but it's still like the charm is there. You know what I mean? And there's stories in Breath of the Wild and Zelda games, and they're great, and the lore and everything with the timelines and this and that. It's all wonderful, but it's like they can do it in so many different ways. That's really what you're getting with a Switch in any year comes out. You're getting that. I mean, as much as people want to talk shit, oh Nintendo, they're dirty company. They're just everything's too expensive and this. You know how many comments I got on that video like that yesterday? Still coming in
I'm
probably.
sure way too many.
People mad like, oh no, it's not worth it. It's over. Everything's overpriced. All the games are overpriced. Like, don't buy them. Like if you don't want it, don't buy it. I get it. I know. Yeah. I think somebody had a comment, something about God of War being like $10 or something right now. And like it's 1,000 times better than Breath of the Wild or Mario anything. And I'm like, that's an opinion, but okay, that's fine. Then don't
Then the
buy it.
Switch is
I
not
mean,
for
that's
you,
clearly
14-year-old.
it's not for you. Yeah, exactly. It's not for you. I don't know why you're watching my video, but it's
Listen, if
that's
you
not for you, and that's fine.
we
Everybody's allowed to have their opinion on the thing.
I've talked about this, and I'm sure we've talked about it on the podcast here. Like, listen, if you're an Xbox guy or a PlayStation guy, if you're a PlayStation guy, definitely not. Switch is not for you. Unless you're, some people. I'm not saying it's not for you. Everybody, blanket. I'm saying if you're the PlayStation guy, Switch is not for you. If you're the
Maybe
Xbox
it's
guy,
not.
if you're the Xbox guy, I think it's a little more of a reason why you would like the Switch, but still not really for you. You're an Xbox guy. If you're a PC guy, you would love the Switch. And all these people who are like frame rate snobs who are like, but the Switch has bad performance. Let me tell you something, person. Sit in your uncomfortable, which I think you guys talked about this today, your uncomfortable, dumb racing chair, you stupid idiot that you paid too much for. Like that, you get it, get at your desk, and like, you're probably too small a desk because you pay too much money on a PC. Your bad chair that's shaped like a dummy designed it, and it's uncomfortable to sit in, and play in your uncomfortable manner, hovered over your desk with keyboard and mouse. Listen, all that to say, get a Switch and lay on the fucking couch. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, I do see a lot of people who are PC gamers who are like, yeah, I like the Switch because like I'm not going to play any of these other games or anything else. But
also, I mean,
can't get these games that are on the Switch on anything else. So, I got every other game I want. I can get most of them on PC, except for some Sony titles. But I mean, that's not even a thing anymore. They're all going to PC.
Also,
so it's like,
I mean, like you're a PC guy here. Listen, you're on your computer, and if you have the budget for a great monitor, great. But you probably spending your money on a PC. You're probably rocking a really old, bad monitor. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. But listen, either way, even if it's a good monitor, it's still a monitor. Get your Switch, which switches from your handheld on your couch. Now you're sitting upright on your couch, much more cushiony than your dumb racing chair, playing on your giant 4K OLED TV.
Chair you have now. There's some nice racing chairs.
I'm trying to make a point here. We're making a point, and the point is like, and a lot of PC gamers know this. It's a well-known thing to the people who know. Like, listen, the Switch is the console for you, PC gamer. And the Switch is the console for Nintendo lovers. And the Switch is the console for anybody who ever had a Game Boy and wants to play their games on the TV. And if you had a Game Boy, because you wished when you had that thing, like, I wish I could play this on my 32-inch giant 400-pound TV from back in the day. Plug in the left and right, yellow and red from the Game Boy into the back of the big tube TV.
See, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Do you know what I wanted?
What did you want?
Again, God, I'm going back to the conversation again today.
It was a good one.
Okay, well, I used to have a PSP, and they were all like watered down versions of like games that were on like the PlayStation at the time or whatever. And I'm just like, God, like I just want that. Like just here. Like I just want it here.
Yeah.
I want like fully realized games handheld.
Yeah.
Why can't I have that?
Yeah.
And I mean, and they were fine. Like, some of them were good, and it's just like watered down versions of stuff. And the Switch is really the first one that's just like full on. Like it's I don't know. It's something you can Xbox. Yeah, xCloud. I know. Um, but it's something I was waiting for a long time. Something I was really happy about when I saw that it was actually a thing. Um, the Switch has changed everything. The Switch has changed everything going forward.
You
I
know
mean,
what?
not
Yeah.
not everybody's going to jump on board. Not every company's going to jump on board, but this hybrid thing, this is here to stay. This is not going anywhere, especially for Nintendo. And I think eventually there are going to be other companies that are like, yeah, we want to do this too, and not just the handheld PCs. I mean, you already see the Steam Deck. I
Yeah.
mean, that's the first one that's actually, and it's not. That's the thing. It's the first one that's close enough to be like, it's got its own like user interface, so it's not like you're just running Windows on a little tiny screen in your hand. Like this is an actual thing, but it's still not even compared to their Switch.
Yeah.
It's not. It's in a completely different thing. It's got no battery life. It's huge. I mean, it's going to be great for the people who want it. It's going to, as far as, pure power and what it can do, it decimates the Switch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For an hour.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. And you're like hunting for a wall wart.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to say on the topic? Because I think
that's it, man. That's it.
Yeah. I think that's gonna be a wrap. Don't leave yet, guys, because this is a segue to another topic I want to get to in the after show, but we're going to tease it a little bit right here. We have not talked about this yet. I love this console that just came out. We haven't talked about it yet. I absolutely love this thing. It's the Analog Pocket, my friend.
Oh, yes. We haven't talked about it.
We have not talked about this. I don't have one either. And nobody's going to have one for a very long time.
Were up and they were gone. And
yeah. So
it looks cool.
It looks amazing. So we're going to get to the Analog Pocket in the after show. If you want to check out the after show, hit us up on Patreon, patreon.com/dripmediagaming or patreon.com/Uncle Geeb. Either one or both would be fine. Also, if you're in the stream, hang out. You're also going to get to hear it. For those of you, also, don't forget, if you're in the stream or YouTube, don't forget to download this episode on your podcast app of choice. Would help us out, just so we get a gauge of how many people are listening to our podcast episode. You can also check it out on YouTube. And you can check us out in a few seconds in the after show. That's going to be it for us. We'll catch you guys next week.
See ya.